X-ray. Good morning, folks. Wow. Let's turn that down there. Okay. Nice. That's the sunrise coming in, folks. Good morning. Welcome to Bayonet X-ray. I'm your host, Christopher Bame. It's a good morning. It's Saturday. Went to the VFW last night. It was empty, which is good. That means soldiers were out and airmen, sailors were out taking their loved ones out for a bite or something. That's good. Welcome. First sip of coffee. We got dinosaurs today. Dinosaurs. First sip, man. Can't beat it. So, today, yesterday we were at OCS, our alma mater, Benning's Pride and Joy. I had a special guest, Nate Corbridge. I met him over in Iraq. We have an episode for another day. It'll be good stuff. So we talked about that stadium yesterday, the parade field. Really cool, great history there. Actually, someone messaged me privately and gave me a quick little link. Someone did a little book report on it. I did not have time to read it, but it looked interesting. So I'll report to you on that. So I want to read a poem to you that I saw at the VFW last night. VFW. Spent $20, fed all 6 of my family members. Good stuff. So here, I read this on the wall. Freedom is not free. All right. So, I watched the flag pass by one day. It fluttered in the breeze. A young soldier saluted it, and then he stood at ease. I looked at him in uniform, so young, so tall, so proud, with hair cut square and eyes alert. He'd stand out in any crowd. I thought, how many men like him had fallen through the years? How many died on foreign soil? How many mothers' tears? How many pilots' planes shot down? How many foxholes were soldiers' graves? No, freedom isn't free. I heard the sound of taps one night when everything was still. I listened to the bugler play and felt a sudden chill. I wondered just how many times that taps had meant amen when a flag had draped a coffin over a brother or a friend. I thought of all the children, all the mothers and the wives of fathers, sons, and husbands with interrupted lives. I thought about a graveyard at the bottom of the sea, of unmarked graves in Arlington. No, freedom isn't free. That's like the Dr. Seuss of veteran poems, man. Kind of, when I read that and I thought about the parade field and the history there and, how many had fallen through the years, how many had died on foreign soil. You're when you read these things, you're part of the family. So as a civilian, you read it, you're like, if I was a civilian, I'd be like, but then you start reading these little things that kind of hit you, like listening to the sound of taps one night, and basses they play all these bugles and everything, but they play taps, and you just makes you think like the that this shit is real. It's a full contact sport, and we have to prepare ourselves, and not only prepare ourselves for war, but prepare ourselves for the war at home and coming back. So, Bayonet X-ray here. We'll talk about the Ascot. So when you're in OCS, there's at least in '09, there was 2 phases. There was an '09 or the black phase and the white phase, more like junior officer phase and then senior officer. So all the mucking around and obstacle courses, you do in your junior phase. And then in the senior phase, the White Ascot phase is more history test. There's some more obstacle courses, but then you get into those sticks lanes, skills lanes, and then your FTX, your field training event. So, but back to this Ascot, and I'm anthropology. I'm big on symbology and talismans. You put an icon in front of me, I'll dissect it glyph by glyph. But for this Ascot, there's a point where, and if there's any OCS peeps, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a point in your commissioning where You go from your black ascot to your white ascot, and that's when you choose your branch. So branch meaning this is what confuses civilians. So branch is also there are branches within the army, and basically it's jobs. So when they say what branch of the military, army, and then someone would say, "Oh, what branch were you in?" I was in the armor branch. So there's some clarification for the civilian world out there. So for me, I worked my ass off. I will say it. I'll say it. I wanted infantry. I'm not even gonna lie. At the age of 32, pounding my feet off, I still wanted infantry, but it wasn't available. So of course I took tanks. It's just one of those things where God has other plans for you because tanks have always been a part of my life. I can get to that later, but my first GI Joe vehicle was a tank. It's upstairs to this day. So yeah, GI Joe and God. Yeah, I did that. So um, another sip of coffee here. Um, so to get this to get to the White Ascot, you have to pass a certain history test, and I boasted about how I taught history. I was a substitute teacher at Cleveland Heights for a little bit, and I was on it, man. I had study sheets, blah blah blah, and it came test day, um, and I failed. Holy shit! I could not believe it, man. I was so cocky going into that thing, and I failed it. And I don't know if I should proffer any excuses, but I'm pretty sure I skipped one. I'll just say it. So I'm gonna get that out of the way right now. I'm smart, damn it. But you know, another one of those God has plans for you. But if you look at some of my pictures, it's like I was like branch, like I'm armor branch, and I'm like smiling, but I'm not really smiling. And then in some of the pictures, I have a white ascot on, but I had to retake the history test later. So in the back of my mind, I'm going, this is I may not even be wearing this. I may not even graduate. So it was kind of a stressful little event for such a I have such a passion for history and learning, and it was stressful. So it was poking some fun at me. The universe was definitely, but so you have these ascots on, and then it's kind of cool. So you get kind of a taste of the officer world. So you have the black ascots junior, kind of the junior phase, and then white ascot senior phase. And then so you have to salute when you pass by someone with a white ascot on as a junior officer, not as an NCO or anything. This is just in the officer candidate land. So, but it's kind of neat to start to learn the salute. And it's not any sign of rank. It's not a sign of the salute. Is not like we're not bougie about it. It just it's a signification. The knights back in the day know what they want to make sure there was no weapon in their hand. I get it, but saluting, I think saluting is a tricky thing because there's protocols, there's etiquettes, and then there's like, dude, don't fucking salute me here, man. Like or don't call me sir here. So that's for another day. But that's what you're learning. You're learning the profession of arms and all that. So, ooh, going. I usually do that for about 7. So let's eat. So there's that. Um, Mascots and all that. So at this point, you have your white ascot on. You got it down. Um, here, what should we do? Tanks today? Let's do some tanks. Mm, no, let's go. We gotta go helicopter. These things don't shoot on their own. No, we'll go this guy. So Ascot history test. You're learning the waves. Okay, so you're got your white ascot on. I'm sorry, folks. I lost train of thought here, but basically, you're learning to become an officer. I do remember one class in particular. You know, people would like kind of wonder, what do you do for 3, 4 months straight? Is you go to class after class after class after class, man. When they say drinking water through a fire hose, they are not lying, man. It's a lot. You're learning artillery one day, and then the next day you're learning about ethics. But I do remember about what the difference is between being an officer and an NCO. And NCOs, um, I'll just stick with officers. Officers are, you know, it was an armor colonel that got up there, Shattuck, I think. And he's like, what is it about the officer branch that's different? We just couldn't think about it. You know, our ranks are look different or whatever. But it was we're an extension of the presidency, which kind of blew my mind a little bit. I was like, oh man, so in the chain of command, if all shit hits the fan, this could be John Connor, and I could be, you know, in charge of the United States. So kind of a big deal to be an officer in the United States. I think we maybe missed that a little bit. So yeah, you're an extension. You're an extension of the president. So represent right? So I'm not sure where I was going with that, other than we're about to get in a helicopter and fly around and blast shit, Danny DeVito style. Got a good sunrise coming in, folks. We've actually hit our BMNT sunrise. Good. Get it in the game too. Oh, folks. No, sorry. I'm messing with these guys again. Oh, you know what? Okay. I forgot. I don't have that armored beach. Yeah, okay. Alright, sniper. Got me. They're getting spun up. Fancy flying their techs. Whoa! Anybody ever swap fly like this? Yay, yay! Caught up. Get up. Get up. Okay. Let's steal, sounds like fun. Okay, so. Who stole a Humvee before? Anyone? I want to hear stories. I have. Never stolen a Humvee. I don't really see a helicopter there. Suppose we could check the map. Nah. Yeah, there's one. For a helicopter. Ah, there it is. Okay. So in OCS, we were halo jumping. It was crazy, man. And I was like headed for the coast, and then I dipped off. And then I spun my chute up. My respirator stuck onto my. uh, ooh, got our choice of two, guys. What do you think? Let's take that stallion-looking one. I think they call that a sea stallion. This is good. I think we got it, folks. I was never really good at Release. Nope. We'll go here. Look out! Oh, attack? Really? Get up. Get up. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Come on, Airwolf. Okay. Whew. Got him. Oh, they're spinning up that other one. Okay. Watch this. If I can land this thing on a roof, or are they leaving? Y'all way off. Hey, I'm over here, man. Here we go. Yep, that's me. Air battle in the middle of the sea. I don't have any weapons. Coming? Oh, freaking out there, buddy. Okay. They don't want some, I guess. They don't want to come get some. So let's not pop them. That's okay. So I know we're talking about OCS commissioning and all this commissioning. But I will say, really good piece of advice I got, even in deploying, is don't go looking for a fight. And I thought, you know what, that could keep me really safe. Yeah, let someone else do that. Yeah, let someone else. Don't go looking for a fight. Holds true for even for us today. Interacting with people that piss us off, just don't even. I know we say like don't even pay mind or whatever, but just don't even try to pick that fight, man, because the outcome is we lose either way. Skydiving the other day, twice, and I stole 2 helicopters. What'd you do? Dang, buddy. Stink at guarding your post. General rule number 1, buddy. 2 and 3. General order. Let's go harass here. These are nice. These are nice whirly birds. Deforestation. I think that's a part of the game. Wait, a radiator? What you got here? I like this TC helicopter from Magnum, man. This thing can move. Coming up on 19 minutes, folks. We got a good sunrise. So I am in the middle of California, right below Modesto. Oh, I think I've been spotted. In a little town called Turlock, California. And I gotta tell you, it is a nice little town. It is a cute. I won't say cute. Does anyone in this town want to be cute? Sure. Yeah, this town's cute. It's just your cookie cutter, everyday American town. Very agricultural heavy around here. A lot of almond farms. Blossoms are coming in. They're beautiful. Should probably show you guys some pics here shortly. Related to the struggle of being an almond. I don't know, maybe there's something there. I'll look into that. But it's big around here. I think Blue Diamond is they have a couple offices, if not headquartered here. So that's where I'm at, in case you were wondering. California. It's true. In the news, everything you read. Um, it's it's a big state. Granola bars cost $5, so just put it that way. So when I first got here, I lived in Fresno. It's at a gas station. I bought like a, it had been a Quest bar. It was a Quest bar, and it was like 360 or 416. I was like, excuse me. Welcome to California, sir. It's like a college. Actually, I think this is a mission. Speaking of ag land, go. What else is there around here? So Turlock actually is known for melons too. Big on melons. We're in Stanislaus County. We have the fairgrounds here. We have I don't know if they have it anymore. There's huge like melon festivals. That's our thing. Melons. We're coming up on 22 minutes, folks. Today we talked about the Ascot. We talked about, first of all, we talked about how freedom isn't free. Just like you and me, if we want to quote some Team America songs, we can do that. But I kind of want to keep this serious. So, you know, last night going to the VFW, you look around and you see old warriors and you see bleeding hearts. You see the ladies there scrubbing dishes and serving, and still after all these years, still helping out with us, helping us, maintain and get back into society. And I'll tell you again, there's no magical cure. It's a daily retrieval, man, just like an alcoholic or anybody else struggling with something that's permanent. Um, someone that's got an organ removed or huge health issues, traumatic events. It sticks with you. And it's just here as a reminder. It's a beacon. 22 minutes. Take it. Take it. Take that time for yourself, guys. And that's all I got to say. Thanks for joining me.